Not so much a surprise. I mean, I was wondering if this was going to happen, but does he have what it takes to edge out Kevin McCarthy?
Doesn't look like it, Dana. I've been talking to folks on Capitol Hill as well as outside influential organizations, and he doesn't seem to be generating a lot of enthusiasm or support. So, it seems to me like this is one of those things where he wants to get out there. He loves being on television. But in terms of actually, doing the number and doing the math, I don't know if he's got the numbers to actually make a challenge to McCarthy.
Yeah, and everyone, of course, is waiting to see whether or not McCarthy's ascension to the speakership becomes real or not. I mean, it's sort of, some of the theory, Israel, was that one of the reasons that Boehner maybe left when he did in the manner that he did, so he could sort of outmaneuver some individuals that may be planning to outmaneuver him and maybe get someone else into the speakership that isn't maybe Kevin McCarthy or, who knows what. Do you think that has kind of played into it? I mean, yeah. I know that McCarthy and Boehner, I know that Boehner's, they work very closely together, and for all intents and purposes, I mean, clearly Boehner would prefer McCarthy.
Right, that's right, and what I'm hearing is from a lot of conservatives is that maybe this is an opportunity to really force McCarthy to make some promises to conservatives, particularly in the Freedom Caucus.
Yeah.
I'm talking specifically on issues like immigration, on issues like the deficit,
and the debt ceiling,
issue.
yeah.
The debt ceiling, sorry, rather. Things like that. And of course, the other big things, too, is the Export-Import Bank. So
right.
This is, hopefully if Chaffetz can sort of prevent, and force a second vote in the speakership on Thursday, that could be, part of the thinking in having Chaffetz run.
Right, and with Chaffetz, I mean, how do you ascertain his? I mean, let's just say, let's be hypothetical for a minute and say, oh, well, he's the front runner, he's got a really good shot at speakership. I mean, what would be the marked difference between somebody like Chaffetz in the role and somebody like McCarthy?
Right. Yeah, that's a great question, Dana. And, I was watching his interview yesterday on Fox News, and, he was pressed repeatedly, Jason Chaffetz was, that is, on issues like on Planned Parenthood, for example. And he really didn't, offer that much of a contrast to McCarthy. So, I don't see how he would be very much different from McCarthy. He's got, I was talking to an influential outside group today, and they brought up the internet sales tax.
Right.
Jason Chaffetz was for that. And that still bothers a lot of conservatives. So again,
yes.
I don't see much of a difference here.
From what I hear from a lot of people on Capitol Hill is that McCarthy, because there are some conservatives that do not like him, there are some Republicans who do like him, but that McCarthy, at least when compared to Boehner, understands a little bit more of this new lay of land. We are in a new era for politics, and he seems to have a better insight as to how to handle that and fight narratives than Boehner did. Is that true?
I think so, and we're seeing this. Politico's reporting now that apparently McCarthy is working up some type of deal with the Freedom Caucus to make sure that they have a voice in the process, that their concerns are heard, before a vote goes before the floor. So this might be already working. McCarthy may be already listening more intently to conservatives, and that may be behind Chaffetz and all this kind of back end stuff that we're seeing.